This is episode 17 of Talk Magic to Me for July 2nd, 2014.
Welcome everybody to Talk Magic to Me, the critical Disney discussion podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Danielle.
I'm Jen!
I'm Prince Eric.
I don't know who I am anymore.
No, oh my god, oh man.
DJ JG.
There we go.
You don't know who you are. Are you Dory?
No.
You forget again!
I did. See how I played that in there?
Yeah, you did that on purpose. You totally did that on purpose.
That's right.
Very good.
Good.
You certainly are, my friend.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, well guys, welcome to our summer of Pixar, where today we're talking about Finding Nemo.
Oh yeah. Happy 4th of July weekend to everybody.
Yeah, it's coming up.
And happy Canada Day to all the Canadians out there, eh?
Canada Day?
Canada Day.
That's not a real day.
It's Canadian Day. Yes, I'm
We
calling
Americans don't
July
know that.
1st?
it. July 1st.
Oh, okay.
I remember that. Yeah, that's right. I think I went to that in Quebec City.
Interesting.
Yeah, when I was there.
Cool.
Happy America Day on the 4th, everybody.
Yeah,
Oh,
America.
America.
Everybody be sure
Backyard,
to
set off some explosions.
Yeah, watch the hot dog eating contest, which I always do.
Yeah.
I love that on TV, yeah. I cheer for it, I get it really into it and everything.
I'm going to Hershey Park. Woo.
Oh, really? I know a lot of people that work there, a lot of people that are at the university that I like undergrads.
Oh,
that are
really?
music majors, they all have little bands and they play there, yeah.
Hershey's awesome. It's like, I think it's like the Pennsylvania Disney World, because so many tourists come. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I think it's pretty awesome. I love it there.
It's a
Yeah,
good part.
that's fun.
I'm Kennywood. I'm a Kennywood girl, born and raised.
Where is that?
5 minutes from my house. It's Pittsburgh.
Oh,
South
wow.
Pittsburgh.
See, that means it's 7 hours from us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Kennywood. Come on, no, just kidding.
Kennywood's the best. It's the most
Who was
traditional
Kenny?
part. Kenny? I think Kenny is, I think it's a name. Somebody, because it was a trolley park at first in the 1800s, and then they turned it into, I think Kenny's the last name of people that owned it.
Oh, it's the last name. I thought it
I
was
think
like...
so. I think so. But that's where my heart lies. Outside of Disney World.
Probably the nearest to Dorney Park. That's probably the nearest thing to us.
Yeah, Dorney Park
Park's pretty cool, too.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah,
But
I enjoy that one, too.
yeah, I didn't really grow up there though.
We used to go there every single year on the last day of school for, like, band in middle school. Every year. Yeah.
Nice.
We actually went in 9th grade because that was our last year of middle school, and we had
one
to
of
do
those
like
people.
a project for physics there. So like,
Oh, with, like, the roller coasters?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We went to
Yeah.
Cedar Point for that.
I think, my friend had something like that, but he went to Six Flags, because that's where we go.
okay.
So,
Oh, yeah,
it
that's
was something
true.
like that.
Yeah.
Yep, because I'm Jersey, so Six Flags.
I've never been to I don't think I've been to Six Flags.
I went to, Jen, have you been to Cedar Point?
Yeah, plenty of times.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's not far.
Yeah, we went on a band trip to Cleveland one year, and we spent like a whole day at Cedar Point.
Cedar
It's
Point?
right on the...
Oh, I was going to say it's in Sandusky.
Yes, yeah, Sandusky, Ohio. It's right on there's a beach that's right next to it that's on a lake, I think, and that was the beach where the forward pass in football was invented.
Oh.
There's a big plaque explaining it and everything. They used to just like
Orphan.
run. They used to just run the football on every play, and on that beach, they were like from Notre Dame or something, and they just said, "Why don't we just throw it to each other?" And so they were on that beach, and that's where
Wow.
the forward pass was invented.
It's
Yep.
Wow.
about 4 hours from me. 3.5. 4 hours.
Yeah.
Wow.
That actually sounds like a cool park. I'd like to go there one day.
Scary. Those roller coasters. are
Huge,
scary.
yeah. The dragster.
Oh my gosh, I would never ride. That thing never makes
I
it to the
never-
top. I've
yeah.
seen it break down so many
What?
times. And
Really?
it's
Oh, I
scary.
didn't see that.
Yes.
Oh, I could never do it.
I
Man.
couldn't do it.
Danielle,
Really? If
Have
like,
you ever
over
seen
the
it,
top.
Danielle?
No.
Oh, it goes launches
Wait.
you at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and then hopefully you
Wait.
make it over the top. And
It's
go all the
one.
time.
It's one
What's it called?
loop.
Top
dragster.
Thrill Dragster.
I saw my friends go on it. I didn't go on it. Basically, you sit there and it just shoots you up from like 0 to 60 and like probably more than that. And then you just go up one giant climb, and it looks like you're not going to quite make it. And then the gravity barely pulls you over, and you go straight down the other side. That's all that happens.
Sometimes you don't make it. Sometimes
and then you just come back the other way.
That's scary.
I went on something like that at Hershey Park. They have like that.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I forget what it's called, but that was fun.
Actually, yeah, I've been on that. So
you've been on that thing.
Yeah, so maybe I would be able to do it because that takes you straight up.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
like
scary.
Rocket shit. I was like, oh man.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this does look a little scary, but
I
don't know.
See,
I tend to do it.
One thing about Kennywood, they have usually the last remaining of its type of ride. It's like half of the park is a plaque, and it's like the last remaining blah 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 ever.
Oh.
And they have a Noah's Ark, and it's the last remaining Noah's Ark. They have an old mill, the last one. They have this other auto race ride thing that's the last of its kind. And that's one thing about Kennywood. They have all these rides that are historical landmarks, like the last of their kind.
Interesting. Yeah, I've never really heard of it, but I've never really been to Pittsburgh, so.
Well, there's a reason. There's a reason now.
Yeah.
Come visit me!
Oh, that would be so fun. Oh, I would so want to do that, Jen. It's like, I'm gonna visit Jen. Oh, I only can see her. She's been sleeping the entire time I'm working the other. That's okay. Yeah, I like, have you guys ever heard of Knoebels?
I've heard of it.
No,
but I don't know, I've never been there.
It's like it's kind of in the Poconos, and there's like a campground there.
Oh, yeah.
It's not really like a high thrill ride, but I used to go there with my family a lot for like family reunions. And
gotcha.
They actually have one of the best haunted houses in the country, apparently.
I want to go to that.
Cool.
Oh, I was terrified. Because I never really liked scary stuff. So when I was little, my mom, I don't know if she made me go on or if I went on just because.
Get on this ride.
Yeah, she's like, oh, come on, it's not scary. Literally the entire time I clung to her with my eyes shut and my hands in my ears.
I want to see the Karthauser family reunion.
You know, I have a picture. I will put that in the show notes.
Well,
I don't mind.
Well,
I had a Little Mermaid suit on, okay?
So. Oh, God.
Well, I gotta represent Disney, I suppose.
Yeah, I was not. I mean, I think I was 8. So,
right.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
What are we supposed to be talking about right now?
Yeah. So let's back to Disney.
No, I really don't know. Yeah.
Was there a movie or something? I don't even.
Finding something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Dory?
I don't know.
Finding Dory. That's the new one, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for that.
Finding Training Dragons.
Finding Private Ryan, or is that?
Oh man, I would watch that. I would watch that.
They just showed that because it was the 60th or 70th anniversary of D-Day, and so they showed that.
Yeah.
Because it was like the whole first 15 minutes are D-Day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never seen that movie, so.
Well, if you're squeamish, don't watch it.
Well, I watched Game of Thrones, so.
Oh, you're good. You good?
Yeah.
Okay.
There you
Ain't
go.
Nothing.
Just warning you, the first 20 minutes of that.
I own it, so maybe I can watch it sometime this week.
Do it.
Maybe not.
You own it, but you've never seen it?
I just got it a month or 2 ago, so.
Excuses.
Sorry. I know. Well, I got it for a friend, so it's kind of still wrapped, but
is that friend me? My birthday is coming up. No, okay. My birthday is coming up.
Wink, wink.
It is. You're right.
Yeah. I share my birthday with Daniel Radcliffe and Nomar Garcia-Parra, who was a baseball player. Yeah, he's now an announcer.
Gosh, you're so lucky. You have cool people that have
and Monica Lewinsky, but we won't talk about that.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Man.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oops.
I share my birthday with Cameron Diaz. Whatever.
That's cool.
Pink,
That's cool.
Pink and Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Oh, that's cool. Pink went to school around here.
I got William Shakespeare.
That is awesome.
April 23rd? Yeah. That's my dad's birthday,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He was born and died on the same day, yeah.
That's so weird.
That is really weird.
How does one be born? It's like, it's your birthday. Bye.
Bye.
Well, I mean, it was years later. It wasn't like the same day.
His life was literally, like, his birth was literally a foreshadow of his death.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
I love it.
You blew it.
Sorry.
My mind is, wow. Yeah.
I'm done. That's it. Goodbye.
Drop the mic.
That
It's
is
over.
the ultimate
No
ring
more.
composition.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so
The
cute.
ultimate, you can't get any more ring
He
composition.
does
No,
that with
that's
his.
it.
He does that with his plays too. The ring composition. So
Yep.
I really do love Shakespeare. If I had more time, I'd study him. But
Wowzers.
sadly, that has not happened yet. So maybe
Well,
one
you
day.
know.
But moving on to our topic. Today we're talking about Finding Nemo.
Mm-hmm.
And today is July 2nd, so let's go to our This Day in Disney History section.
Yeah.
Yay!
All right.
So on this day in 1935, artist John Lounsbury, originally from Ohio, is hired by the Disney Studios, and he is considered one of the 9 old men, I believe. Yes, and his starting salary was only $12 a week, so he had to take a second job in store decorations at Sears.
That's completely different.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought that was funny. And then in 1958, now, I don't know who this guy is, so I was hoping you guys would know.
Okay, let's see.
Maynard Smith, artist, storyteller, and the greatest Disneyland cast member of all time, is born.
I don't know
No.
who that is. He was probably Mickey though at like the.
I looked him up before we recorded, and I found not much about him, so I don't know why he's called the greatest cast member.
I don't know.
Yeah. I'll have to look more into that and post it in the show notes. But yeah, he was born today. And then in 1986, Disney's animated film, The Great Mouse Detective, is released into
Ooh, I
U.S.
love that
theaters.
movie.
Oh, I like
yeah,
it too.
that's a good movie.
Well, here's another thing that happened on this day in 1986. Our favorite actress, we had Shia LaBeouf one day. Here's our other favorite actress, Lindsay Lohan, was born today.
Oh, she's done so much for society,
Oh,
you know.
man.
I
Lindsay
know.
She's
Lohan's
such a
my
good role model.
favorite.
I know. She's up there with Justin Bieber.
Oh, my God. I used to love Lindsay Lohan. I was like, I'm going to marry her back in the day. And then I was like, oh, nope.
Yeah, she was cool.
Yeah.
She was on The Parent Trap.
Yeah, she was seemed like a nice lady.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Well, at least
God,
she's not really in the media anymore.
Yeah, she's not famous anymore, so
No.
that's fine.
Yeah, that's okay.
You could be worse. You could be doing it like Shia LaBeouf.
Exactly, where he uses a plane to apologize or something in the sky.
Yeah.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
And then finally in 2010, Captain EO returns to Epcot. It's been 16 years since this 3D sci-fi movie featuring Michael Jackson played at Walt Disney World, and today's ribbon cutting ceremony includes cast members who were working at EO when it closed back in 1994.
What's EO?
I have
I
no
don't know,
idea
actually.
why that crap is still in Disney World.
See, I was wondering, because I don't even know what it is.
It's a stupid 3D show that's so extremely dated, and I think I never wanted to see it because I don't like Michael Jackson, so...
Yeah.
But it had some kind of 3D movie with him and his music. I don't even know if he's in it, but it's really stupid. I don't know why it's still. It's where in Epcot where Honey I Shrunk the Audience used to be.
Oh, I don't like that.
Oh, I like that. So.
Yeah, they took that out and put this back in, and it's so stupid. I don't even know why it's still there. They need to
Because
do
people
something else.
really like Michael Jackson.
They
guess
brought
so.
didn't they bring it back when he died, and that's why they brought it
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, that's true.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But
To be
I mean,
fair.
it's outstayed its welcome by now.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
And I love Michael Jackson, so I haven't seen that thing, but
Oh, you gotta now.
yeah, now I have to.
Well, I think, there's only one answer to this. I think you just need to go to Disney World right now.
Wow, it's like you're reading
Okay.
my mind.
Yeah. Let's all go.
That seems like a good plan.
Yeah, alright, cool.
All right, listeners, get on it.
Send us
Send
to
us
Disney World.
money, yeah.
Tell your friends so they could listen to the podcast and start making us money, monetize, and
Yeah.
then we can have a show at Disney World. Like,
Oh.
come on.
Yes, please.
Yeah, just like Uncle Jesse and Uncle Joey from inside the tank at the Living Seas,
yes.
which oddly enough is turned into the ride that we'll be discussing in a little bit.
Yes, it is. And actually, speaking of that, perfect timing. Let's move to Jen's theme park corner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
We need some kind of music for that.
Yes.
Oh, we do.
Yeah, we could.
Oh,
no,
it's
it's not
beautiful.
copyright. I don't know if we
Music.
could do that.
Yeah.
So, for my theme park corner, like I mentioned in every other Pixar episode, there is not much Pixar in the parks. Unless you have a ride dedicated to you, you're not in the fireworks, you're not in the parades usually. Especially not Finding Nemo, you're not going to find that in the parades. You don't have a meet and greet with Finding Nemo, you don't have any walk-arounds. Just in general, Pixar is hard to find, and Finding Nemo is even harder to find, but...
Could you imagine that? Like, Nemo in a costume, like, walking around?
They do
that'd
have
be awesome.
the musical stage show in Animal Kingdom, and which is kind of... They're puppets, so I guess you could kind of do
That's
something
a
like
little,
that.
yeah.
Well, I have seen that stage show, and before that, they had a Tarzan stage show, which was way better, and
I agree.
this Finding Nemo, it just does, they tried really hard, but it's just, and the production's there, it's great, the actors, everything is really done well, it just doesn't work for me, I don't know. But yeah, you can find that in Animal Kingdom at the Theater in the Wild, in between Dinosaur and Expedition Everest. And then there's also the new, well, not too new, but relatively new, renovated Living Seas. It used to be Living Seas, is where the aquarium is in Epcot, and they put a Finding Nemo like overlay on it, and they actually did something really innovative and made Dory and Nemo and all them swim with the actual fish in the tank. I guess they just used mirrors and projections in a way that they look like they're swimming with the fish. They're not just on the glass or on the screen. They're like in the tank with the fish, and you're in clams and you go around and stuff. Which is, a lot of people think that's dumb and they don't like it and they like the old version, but I actually think it was a really creative way to throw Finding Nemo into the parks, and it gets you into, because as soon as you come off the ride, you're in an aquarium setting. So I think that's a really unique way to do that. I'm glad that they did that. But that's really all you can find Finding Nemo in that stage show, and then at the little Living Seas with Finding Nemo.
Yeah.
That's it. That's no fireworks, nothing. But to be fair, I guess none of the Pixar films are really musicals, as we discussed before, so they can't really have music in the fireworks, and they can't really have music in shows. So that's probably why.
That's true.
Rides. But, yeah.
So now we're going to move into our discussion. So as listeners probably know, we're having a new format to our podcast, where we're not really going through the movies anymore, scene by scene, or in this format of talking about different aspects of what made the movie great or not so great. We're expanding on the movie and talking about different topics that will tie back to the movie, so we can think about it in a bigger way than just the original source material. So today, our topics will include, JD will be talking about the medieval quest to save the princess under the sea. I will be talking about how art shapes culture and how it affects it, and how Finding Nemo specifically, what it did to our culture. Jen will be talking about how Pixar originally wanted to do a flashback scene throughout Finding Nemo of showing his mother's death, and we'll be talking about how that affected the film by changing that. But our first topic is coming from Eric, who will be talking about father and son relationships in movies. So Eric, why don't you take it away?
Sure. So as we know, we just had Father's Day a week or so ago, and that the main subject within this movie is the relationship between Nemo and his father and how they interact together, and just father and son relationships in general. So I was just gonna have us come up with some other movies of that display father and son relationships and really how it is that they show them and what makes them unique. And I'll start off. The first one that I could think of, and I thought of quite a few, but the first one that I could think of was a Disney movie. It was the Goofy movie. which came out in 1995, which the whole subject of the movie was Goofy's son Max wanting to move on and not be so connected to his father anymore, and his father not wanting to let him go and wanting to still be in his son's life despite the fact that he's growing up, and really how they end up going on a vacation together, and really how they interact with each other, from really disliking each other and Max not wanting to be there to at the end sort of putting aside everything and really coming together to, as father and son, to really bond with each other and really become, the father and son relationship and father and son dynamic that we're all used to seeing. So, what other father and son movies can you guys think of?
Lion King.
Let's see. Yeah,
that's what I was
Lion King, very good one.
Yeah.
Explain that further.
Yeah, go.
Well, right away, you see the fact that Simba is learning from his father, taking away from him, that he will eventually take his father's place. I think so. That's a huge aspect of it.
Right, living under your father's shadow and what he was.
And even they take that even into the second movie, which is why I personally think it's a good sequel. That you show Simba struggling with trying to be like his father, but also be his own person and still rule justly.
Right.
Does anybody else want to talk about Lion King? Or is...
Thinking.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess, it's more of Simba's thing here, but it's still just like him learning, just learning what being a king is. You know, and because his dad's telling him, "Oh, you're gonna have to do all this and that," and he's like, "No, I'm gonna do what I want. I'm gonna sit around, scratch my butt all day. It'll be great."
Scratch my butt.
Yeah, scratch my butt and just call the day. It'll be amazing. And he's like, "Nope, there's actually a lot more to it than that."
Are you directly quoting the film, JD?
Oh yeah, that was totally in there.
I was gonna say, isn't that in I Just Can't Wait to Be King?
Oh yeah, that's totally in there. It's it's right in the middle. You can catch it.
Yeah, I never understood those lyrics until as I got older. So
he's like, I'm gonna be a mighty king and I'm gonna scratch my butt. Like it's there.
That's totally what he said.
So enemies beware.
Yeah,
exactly.
Beware. Like,
okay.
Come
on. One thing I was gonna think of, even though it's not directly father and son, it's more like foster children and their parents, but like Tarzan with Kerchak and Tarzan.
Yeah. That kind of counts, yeah.
And this isn't Disney, but Free Willy with Jesse. Yeah. Which I love so much. And Homeward Bound.
Oh, I cried.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Yeah. Even like Chance and Shadow, you could see that as a father relationship, father-son.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
One of the best ones I can think of, and probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite movie of all time, being Field of Dreams, actually having a Lion King connection, being in that James Earl Jones is in both movies. To me, that is the quintessential father and son movie, in that it captures the realisticness and just the dynamic of the father and son relationship perfectly, and has the whole baseball backdrop, which of course is perfect for father and son and everything. And they actually just had on Father's Day, it was the 25th anniversary of that movie coming out. So on Father's Day of this year, they went to the actual field where the movie was filmed in Iowa, and they had a big screen set up and they showed the movie on the screen, and they had the original actors, Kevin Costner, who's of course a lot older now, and I forget who the other guy's name was. They had them actually there to watching the movie, so that was a great moment, great nostalgic moment. And if you ever want to get me to cry, show me the end of that movie, because I bawl at the end of that movie every single time.
True story.
No matter how. Did I show it to you?
Yes, you did.
Oh, okay, yeah, you saw. I cry so hard at the end of that movie every single time. And so that's probably the top sort of most poignant father and son movie. And there's some others that I thought of. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade with Sean Connery and Harrison Ford. Star Wars Return of the Jedi. I thought, if you really think of that, really is a father and son movie. Luke Skywalker meeting. A lot of people say Empire Strikes Back. No, that's just in the last 10 minutes because they have the line, I am your father. There's nothing else in the whole movie that has anything to do with father and son. All of Return of the Jedi is Luke Skywalker trying to convince his father that he's good and that there's good in him, and at the very end, he does become good, and of course, there's the big famous scene where he takes Darth Vader's helmet off so he can look into his eyes for one time before it is that he dies, and he saves his father, and he becomes good right before he dies at the end. So I always thought of that one as a very poignant, very high-powered, powerful father and son movie. And then, of course, it's all coming from Finding Nemo, the relationship between I always want to say Merlin. How do you say it?
Marlin.
Because that's the name of a fish. We all know the Miami Marlins baseball team.
Oh,
and their
yes.
logo is a fish, yeah. So Marlin, him and his son Nemo, and how Marlin doesn't think that Nemo can be left out on his own, and Nemo wants to be out and left on his own, and so he's trying to escape his father, much in the same context as the Goofy movie. So these are all movies that you should, if you haven't, you should definitely check out, since we just had Father's Day, and really explore the father and son relationship and see how it differs and see how it's the same as what's presented to us in Finding Nemo. And if you want to see why it is that the end of Field of Dreams makes me cry so much, just go ahead and watch the end of it.
I'll put a link.
Yeah, go ahead and do it. There was an episode of How I Met Your Mother where Robin and Ted get in a fight because Robin says that she doesn't like Field of Dreams, and all the guys are like sitting around the bar and they're saying, how could you not like Field of Dreams? And then they all start saying, like, they start describing the scene at the end, and then they all start crying to each other and like, oh, can we talk about something else? And it's really funny if you see that episode.
I actually have one more, if that's okay.
Okay, sure, go ahead.
I want to add on to a couple of it, what I thought anyway.
Sure, go ahead.
Because I was thinking, mine was, one is kind of obscure, because I don't think a lot of people have seen it, which was Tron Legacy. That's a father-son movie, because, the character Sam, his father, Jeff Bridges, as I call him, I forget his name in the movie, but I just call him Jeff Bridges. And he gets trapped, in the computer world, and Sam's like, where'd he go? So he, when he finally makes it into the world, and he meets him for the first time, they have this conversation. And it's like, if you see movies like this where the father is away, even if it's not their fault, usually the characters, the son is mad. The son is upset that they were gone for so long. But in this one, it was more just like, what happened? Oh, I got trapped here. This evil guy kept me here. Oh, all right. Like, he kind of understands. I was like, thank you. Like, this never happens. Like, you don't understand.
True. That's really
just
true.
Never happens.
Yeah.
And then I guess a more recent example would be How to Train Your Dragon 1 and 2.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Those are really good examples of a father-son dynamic.
Yeah.
More so, the first one is more so your typical, dad wants him to grow up, be really strong, Viking guy. And he's like, no, I want to invent things and, use my brain and stuff like that. He's like, dragons are cool, Dad. He's like, nah, that ain't right. You can't train dragons, but I did.
Yeah.
Like, come at me. And the second one's just more about him, that one's a little different, but it's more about him like, oh, you gotta be chief. You're gonna grow up to be chief now. Like, go do chief things.
Yeah.
Let me show you. He's like, I don't know if I want to do that, though.
Yeah.
Not sure. So that sort of, breaking out, kind of trying to find your own way, not be your father, essentially.
Yeah. It's a good example.
So, yeah, those are very good movies, and if people haven't seen them, you should. You should.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was going to say Harry Potter. With Harry. He has tons of father figures, like, not just... in fact, in, like, the 5th book, he always idolizes his father, because everybody tells him, oh, you're just like James, and this stuff, and he is proud to hear when people say that to him. And then in the 5th book, he sees his memory of his father being a bully, and he's just torn apart by it. Like, all this time he loved emphasizing with his father, and now he sees that his father could be a jerk. And then, of course, Dumbledore was a father figure, Professor Lupin, Sirius Black. And then the other one I was going to say was Bambi. with his father.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's more apparent in the book, I'd say, than the movie, but still.
Oh, I didn't even know that was a book.
I actually just read the book. It was very good.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Well, as JD was talking, I thought of, and he was talking about the father being away for a long time, I thought of Austin Powers.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Dear God.
When they end up on Jerry Springer.
Yeah. Oh god.
That's as far as I can go with that.
I think that's a signal to move on to our next topic.
Oh yes, absolutely.
So JD, tell us about your topic.
Alright. So mine is, I named it, what did I name it? I named it The Medieval Quest to Save the Princess, ... Under the Sea.
Ooh, mysterious.
Yeah. Because the thing is, when you watch Finding Nemo, and when you really think about it, it really is, at the end of the day, just like a quest. They're on a quest. What are they on a quest to do? Mm-hmm. Save the princess, ... which in this case just happens to be, Nemo. Mm-hmm. But it's like, when you think about it, it has all the elements that typical medieval, like, adventures, or just like that type of on-the-road, it's an on-the-road type of movie. That's what it is. But I say medieval quest in the fact that because there's danger, you have usually I don't want to say bumbling sidekick, but that's usually a trait. Yeah. You have, like, your bumbling or goofy sidekick that isn't as strong or heroic as the main guy, and then they meet all these different, either, things that block their way, or other things to help other people to help them get to where they need to go. They make friends along the way, essentially. Mm. And so it's all just, it just comes back to that comment, even though it seems like really original and really new, and this was the case with every movie. It seems really original, really new, but it's really just going back to an age-old story.
That's true.
No matter what it is, you can always trace it back to, like, the 5 stories that exist?
Yeah.
Like 5 types or something. So I think that's pretty funny, because when I was looking at it, I was like, man, this sure is just like a quest to say, you're on the quest to, save the princess, or follow the Yellow Brick Road, whatever the case, whatever movie, you want to think about. It's that kind of journey to this place to get this.
Now I'm trying to think of other movies that do this.
Yeah.
The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah. There's quite a few.
Lord of the Rings.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
The Hobbit.
Yeah, on a quest. This isn't a very popular one, but in books, Aragon.
That counts,
yeah.
I saw that movie.
There you are, Jen.
I forget why.
Jen, I've never seen it, but I heard it's pretty bad.
You don't
I don't remember it, really.
I just heard it was a big Harry Potter ripoff.
I'd say it's more of a Lord of the Rings ripoff, to be honest.
Yeah.
I've never read The Lord of the Rings, so I can't really compare it, but I read all 4 books. I thought they were good. But
the books are good. I've heard the books are okay. It's just the movie that was just awful.
Yeah, and even the author, Christopher Paolini, he said he loved the movie, and I'm like, really? Who's paying you?
Well, I mean, it's your baby, so you probably, even if Harry Potter sucked, J.K. Rowling would probably be like, I like this movie.
Yeah, true. Very true.
You can't. It's your baby.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of other quests. I guess Narnia, like the Chronicles of Narnia, Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe, that's a quest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a quest.
The quest at the end of Harry Potter to get the Sorcerer's Stone, and the Deathly Hallows, which is ring composition. Ooh.
That it is.
Mm. Oh, I love it. What else? I when you said that, JD, the first thing I thought of was Zelda, Twilight Princess.
Ah.
Oh God.
Which I've never played, so I don't know, but that's just what I thought.
No,
of.
we're not getting into that. It's terrible, awful game.
Oh no, don't say that. Don't do it.
Terrible. The worst Zelda game ever made. It's like it shouldn't even be have the Zelda name on it. It's awful.
No way.
Awful.
Wait, do you like it, JD?
No, I don't like Zelda, so I don't
okay.
play them. But my friends are really big Zelda people, so they enjoy it. I think.
I've never played Zelda either, but I used to own Ocarina of Time. I just never really played it.
The greatest game ever made.
I know,
That is
Eric,
what
you
most
just
people say.
Yeah. Because it's true.
It's pretty good.
Hey, what about Donkey Kong Country? Hey.
Which one, on Super Nintendo or
It's
on
it's
N64?
a good game.
I'm DK Donkey Kong.
I like Donkey Kong.
Yeah. DK's a good game. It's a good game.
This guy at work, he says to me, "Oh, you're DK Donkey Kong," and then he goes, ba-da-bum, ba-dum-bum. And I'm like, excuse
No, yeah, that's
me?
That's not.
You
That's
messed up.
Mario. I'm like,
Do-do-dum, yeah, that's Donkey Kong. Yeah.
yeah, I was doing that with my mom yesterday. She was like, just stop. Like,
God,
That's weird.
why did we get on to Donkey Kong?
because it's a quest, as
Nintendo.
JD said.
That's true.
Yeah, it's
Nintendo,
also a
Donkey
quest.
Kong, Aragon,
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings. Quest.
No, I'm sorry.
No, yeah, this is a popular trope, but
If we ever do a Nintendo episode, I will explain to you why it is that Twilight Princess is the worst ever Zelda game that could ever possibly be made.
but yeah, I really want to like give a better answer than what I've given because they're like pretty typical ones. But I can't. But
okay.
you're totally right.
Yeah, I mean, if it's typical, it's a typical quest. So a
Yeah.
typical thing deserves a typical answer.
True.
So there you go.
Yes.
So that's what I mean by I say my great medieval quest.
Very
under
nice.
The sea.
Very nice. Could Game of Thrones? I guess that wouldn't be considered a quest.
No, it's not really a quest. Certain characters are on a quest, sure.
True. Yeah.
Yeah,
Danny.
but not in general.
So now we're gonna move on to my topic,
Okay.
which is I want to talk to you today about how Finding Nemo. Well, not just Finding Nemo, but how art has affected our culture and how it influences us. And just speaking about Finding Nemo in general for a second, when this movie came out, there was a lot of environmental uproar for a number of reasons. Because the first thing was that tons of people began buying clownfish, which would seem like a good thing, but actually people were taking the clownfish from the reef that they lived in, which overall didn't help the ecosystem, because sometimes those fish are needed down there.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so they were taking them out, and then kids who wanted them found out, oh, it's a big responsibility to take care of the fish, and they ended up getting rid of them. And so it kind of, people were saying it's the same as a 101 Dalmatians effect, where people wanted a Dalmatian, and they find out they're a lot more hyper and a lot of responsibility than a typical dog,
Yeah,
so they're
nuts.
sent to shelters. Well, I've heard that Dalmatians are mean, but they're actually not. It's just that they're very energetic.
Yeah.
And
That they are.
and some people find that a little dangerous, which I can understand, but you should know that before you buy the dog.
That's true.
So people started, not only did they buy clownfish, but people started releasing their fish into the ocean.
Oh.
Which, because, you see Nemo and his friends trying so hard to get to the ocean.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, we need to set our fish free. And so they would do that, but it was often the wrong ecosystem. Or sometimes these were freshwater fish
Oops.
going into the ocean.
No.
And so essentially that was helping nobody by doing that. And people were getting mad. And this is a small thing, but environmentalists were also a little mad that Nemo, he got back to the ocean through like a sink or a toilet.
Mm.
And in reality, a lot of processing goes through cleansing the water and stuff. And Nemo would have been cut to shreds.
Ooh.
Before he got to the ocean. So environmentalists were pretty upset with what the effect of Finding Nemo had on culture. And so I was wondering if you guys could think of anything that has a movie or a book or anything that has affected the way culture is.
Harry Potter changed
Yeah.
culture
Yeah, I was
beyond
gonna say Harry Potter.
anything.
Yeah. Yeah, just the fact that kids began reading, like, all the time.
Yeah, Harry Pooper.
This is a little bit of a stupider thing, but when the movie Wayne's World came out, there was this famous scene where they're listening to Bohemian Rhapsody in their car, and they started like head bopping at the guitar solo part, and that really made that song extremely popular at that time, and everybody was doing that because of that movie.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've never seen that movie, so.
it's pretty stupid, but it's really funny. I mean,
It's on Netflix, so
yeah.
I'm gonna be watching it soon. Along with
S-
Saving Private Ryan.
Star Wars.
Yeah?
That
Very
completely changed a lot. I mean, I think toy sales, toys being connected to big budget films, that's
Yeah.
what started that. Because of how much Star Wars toys, everybody in their mom, if you grew up in the 80s, and
Everybody
you
and
had
their
a Star
mom?
Wars.
And
You had a
their
Star Wars
mom?
toy.
And their
Yes.
mom.
Yeah,
And their mom had it too.
And
I
especially
had a
their
lightsaber.
moms. Yeah, everybody.
I did too.
Yeah.
Everybody.
I did not.
I used it as a flashlight.
Specifically the 80s. 90s
Jeez,
kids.
Jen, what's wrong with you?
Apparently a lot. I hate Pixar. Never cared for Star Wars.
Didn't want to be a Jedi?
No.
I gotta.
Jen, did you at least think that you were gonna get a letter from Hogwarts when you turned 11?
Right.
Why when I turn 11?
Because that's when you go to Hogwarts.
That's when you got the letter. Yeah, that's when Harry got the letter.
No, I never.
Hi.
I don't know anything about Harry Potter.
Just go watch Jurassic Park and.
I never read the book. I saw the movies, but I didn't really register.
The movies are subpar at best.
I was convinced when I turned 11 I was going to get a letter, and I was really mad when I didn't. I was, legitimately upset.
Hey, if you said that to some people, I watched a documentary called Jesus Camp one time, and this woman was there, and she's like, and I tell you this, Harry Potter is a warlock, and you should not read about him. And I'm like, Harry Potter taught me a lot about my faith, actually. I'm offended by that.
I actually knew somebody like that. Like, they couldn't read Harry Potter.
Same.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, not that I'm holding it against my friend, but she wouldn't do the book group with us because she felt...
Jen, what do you like?
What do I like?
Dinosaurs.
Jurassic
That's pretty
Park.
cool. That's pretty rad.
Which I haven't
Dinosaurs
seen.
Pretty rad.
I like... Yes, I like dinosaurs. I like musicals. I like...
Turtles?
Cats.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I like Scooby-Doo.
No, nobody gets that.
I like Scooby-Doo.
Scooby-Doo.
I like
Scooby-Doo.
scary movies. I like all horror films.
Good.
Okay,
good.
that's
At least you
popular.
have that.
And I love
Yeah, that's a
Disney.
popular thing.
Just not Pixar.
Okay, that's true.
That's not even... Oh!
Hold it in. Jade, I want you to hold it in.
Apparently she does like Frozen.
I love Frozen.
We're not going to get back into that discussion.
Frozen is something that has affected culture, if you think about it.
Oh, massively. But will it stay that way is the question, though.
Probably not.
I don't know.
No,
I don't know.
Well, actually...
I actually have something really relevant for this.
Yeah?
I don't know if you saw this, but it was announced that for Hollywood Studios, they're revamping everything and making it Frozen. They're gonna for the summer. It says from July 5th to September 1st. They're gonna have an Anna and Elsa entrance thing every morning. They're gonna have a stage show. They're gonna have a special. I don't even know what this is. Some kind of indoor skating rink or something, and where they're going to
ice skating rink,
something like that, and some kind of indoor Frozen skating rink. They're gonna have all the special merchandise. They're gonna have a dance party with all the Frozen songs. They're gonna have this thing with Olaf where I'm not sure if it's a stuffed Olaf or a paper Olaf. I'm not sure how that works. You take them around and take pictures and tweet them out and stuff. And they're gonna have a special Frozen fireworks show every evening behind the big hat in Hollywood Studios. So this is a huge deal that they just kind of made all this stuff and they're throwing it at, I guess the demand is there, and so that's just proof.
They're really trying to make money.
Yeah, well, that's my opinion, but yeah, the popularity of Frozen.
Yeah.
If you think about it, the best idea they could have is to revamp Blizzard Beach to be all about Frozen and Olaf. But they already have a mascot for that place, which is this crocodile thing.
I'd say they could still keep that, I'd say.
No, what they need to do, they need to section off a piece of Hollywood Studios, I would even say, because it needs it, and just section it off, revamp it, make Arendelle in that corner, like how they did with Harry Potter, all this elaborate everything.
Right.
I mean, it was beautiful. That movie's beautiful. They can easily make a beautiful land there, put a ride, whatever they want to do. I mean, I think...
You know what they should really do? They should add Arendelle to the World Showcase and pretend that it's a real country.
People would get so mad. They don't want any fantasy.
I'd be mad.
They don't want any fantasy there. That's supposed to be real culture.
Actually, Arendelle is a real place.
It is, but
it's the name of a real city.
I'd even say don't even put it MGM or Hollywood Studios. I'd say Magic Kingdom.
I would too. But
I know. I still think the best idea is for Blizzard Beach because it's already. I think that you already have the theme there.
There are two reasons why I think it should be at Hollywood Studios. A, because Magic Kingdom's full and there's no more room in Fantasyland. And B, Hollywood studios, they need help. They need something. They need something. That part.
Yeah, I remember that there's like nothing there except for the Tower of Terror and Rock and Roller Coaster.
That's my favorite theme park though. Like I think there's tons there.
I never liked it. That backlot thing is old. Needs to go. That stupid stunt show.
I thought that was cool.
American
I like
Idol
that.
needs to go.
American Idol is going.
Yeah.
Is Star Tours still there?
Yeah, but
I never went on
They
that.
revamped it.
Yeah, they revamped it. They made it different experience every time.
Like I say, Backstreet Boys and stuff.
Yeah.
I'd say that the boy bands in the 90s
bands.
affected the way music became.
Mm-hmm.
Popular music, I'd say.
Yeah.
That's right. It's very, very true.
Or like Jane Austen. Sorry, go ahead.
I would say, you can go with Toy Story, actually.
Yeah.
First 3D animated feature ever.
Yeah.
So you go, and you could also say Shrek to some degree too.
Yes.
Because that was the one that was just like, 2D's dead, all hail 3D, and so it was 3D forever.
Yeah, Shrek was huge, and I love Shrek.
Yeah, I remember that. I love Shrek too, but I remember that. It was just like suddenly everything ever was 3D for a while there.
Yeah.
That's like, what?
That's when Disney started releasing all those terrible movies.
Yep.
So, alrighty. So I guess we'll move on to our last topic, which is Jen. So, take it away.
Okay, and
this is gonna be fun.
I'm not talking about why I don't like Pixar, am I?
No, I thought that's what.
No,
you're talking about Come on, Jen, get it
so
together.
I have to say why I like this, okay, or something. All right. One of the interesting
the flashback.
One of the interesting things I found. One of the interesting things I found when I was trying to find something to talk about this movie, was that originally they wanted to have more emphasis on Nemo's mother's death and have flashbacks of that, but the animators changed it apparently, and they wanted it to be more of the father-son thing, which kind of brings us to the other topic. But I just found that interesting that they took the mother out practically completely and they just left it, and brings up one of my hatred of Pixar points, which I don't know if I'm going to go into. But I feel like I would have liked that better. I mean, I would have liked to see more Nemo's mother in it. I know that's not what it was about, but I feel like I would have felt more, maybe.
I think, I did hear somewhere that the reason they did that was because they're trying to make an emphasis on why Marlon was so paranoid.
Yeah.
So I know that. I don't know. I don't know if I would have. I like it the way it is.
Yeah, it's very cute. I mean, this is my favorite of the Pixar movies, and I do own it. That I don't own hardly any movies, so that is saying something that I do own it. I think it's very cute. But
interesting.
Again, we always go through. If you think of all the Disney movies, I know the popular opinion is there's never two parents with a happy family. One parent always dies, or another one dies, or no parents, or something. So that.
Trying to think of one where it's
both parents?
I have one.
The Incredibles.
Tangled.
That's it.
What about Tangled?
The parents.
Oh yeah. But they're not really present.
But they're still.
The Incredibles is the one that I think of.
What about Sleeping Beauty? Her parents are together.
Yeah, it's true. They are. I can't really think of
it's interesting,
Yeah, I don't know.
Lion King, technically.
Oh, yeah, Lion King. Wow, yeah.
Well, one does die, though. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, why doesn't Belle have a mom in Beauty and the Beast?
I think about Beauty and the Beast, probably, once a day. Because I love it so much.
My God, girl.
And I love it so much that I'd love to write my, own version of it.
Fan fiction, maybe?
Fan fiction.
Guys, I know it's... No, I'm not going to write a terrible one, okay? Fan fiction can be good if it's
Is it going to be one where, Lumiere and Mrs. Potts get married?
Hook up?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
man.
actually, I'm going to make it so Mrs. Potts will be Chip's grandmother, because let's think about it. That's a little creepy that,
Yeah, I thought that, too.
Yeah.
Plus, who was that father?
Yeah, I know.
No, well, they are actually real people, so...
Yeah.
Plus, this is something I didn't get when I watched that movie. Chip was like a little kid, but they had been that way for 10 years, so was he made into that when he was that old, and just because cups don't age, they just sort of stayed that age?
Yes.
Yeah,
I guess that's the most logical explanation for it.
Yeah.
Maybe
so he's actually 20.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. But I don't know, Belle's mother, I always like to think that she loved reading, I'd say, so she passed it on to her daughter, and she must have died maybe from a disease or something, or maybe in childbirth or something. Actually, no, she couldn't have, because in the theme park they actually have a picture of Belle with her mother in the...
Really?
Yeah, in her cottage, in Belle's cottage, which is pretty darn awesome, I think. So I like to think that Belle's mom read to her when she was little, and just maybe...
Man,
I don't
all
know
this fan fiction right now.
Guys, I love Beauty and the Beast so much. Like, it just warms my heart.
All this oh, man.
Okay,
I
do
gotta
one
make
where...
fan fiction about it.
Okay, so Gaston didn't die at the end.
No.
They just thought that he died, and that he, like, actually starts his own village, and then later on, and he's always held a grudge against the prince, and so like, later on they start a war, and it starts like this big conflict. You could really do that.
You know what, Eric? No, Eric, that was good, because they actually, for the second movie, they were going to do something that I wish they would have done.
Oh, no.
For the Enchanted Christmas, they were going to have Gaston's brother want to seek revenge. And
the Enchanted Christmas act is a flashback to during Beauty and the Beast, though.
Which, I grew up with that movie, but personally I think there's so much wrong with it that
the main guy in it is Fife, who's like one of the musicians, and he was voiced by Pee Wee Herman, by Paul Rubens, Yeah, it's true. That's 100% true.
Hey, my favorite scene in that movie is like that whole scene where the Beast like comes to save Belle from drowning, and you can like hear him breathing underwater and stuff.
Oh god,
that's like my favorite scene because the Beast is such a beast.
And the part where what was the guy's name? Figaro.
No, you mean the big organ dude?
Yeah.
What was his name?
Maestro. Forte. Yeah, why is this
he's scary.
Yeah, he was Tim Curry. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he was it.
Yeah, it's true. 100% true.
Also, he's the clown in it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Rocky Horror Picture
Show. Yeah. And also the Home Alone 2, he was the concierge. Yeah.
Oh, I love that movie.
I love you. I believe you're mistaken. That guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was him. Yeah.
Hey, I have a joke for you guys.
Okay.
On a scale from Voldemort to Nigel Thornberry, how big is your nose?
I don't understand. I don't understand.
Because Voldemort doesn't have a nose, but Nigel Thornberry has the biggest nose ever.
Got him. You're so good at this. You're the best.
That should be the new medical scale for testing how big your nose is.
Yes.
All you Voldemorts out there.
No offense to people that don't have noses out there.
That was actually something else I saw something else. It was like, Dear Voldemort, lying will help you out. Sincerely, Pinocchio.
Oh.
See what they did there.
I mean, they probably just thought they wanted to keep it more like G-rated, more like family-oriented. So, keep it like they don't want to, you know what I mean? They just thought that was too morbid.
I guess that's another problem with Pixar for me. I keep adding these problems. I have so many Pixar
But I'd say,
problems.
okay, if being less morbid would be a problem, I'd say Disney does the same thing.
I don't think so. I don't know. I think Disney's not as careful as Pixar.
What about Bambi's mom gets shot?
A lot of bad things happen in Disney.
Simba's father. Mufasa dies.
We will get to that, then. All in good time.
Jen, what do you think of The Incredibles?
Never saw
She's never
it.
seen
I have
it.
no desire to see that movie.
It's just on TV.
Yeah.
Jen, you gotta
really
watch
good.
it.
Yeah, or else you can't be on this.
Jen, you'll like
it. It's coming from a guy who likes superheroes, so I don't know how much that says.
I mean, okay, Jen, let's put it this way. Your topic every week can't be why I hate Pixar.
It's going to.
You don't see that's what it's going to end up being.
I keep wanting to make that my topic.
She's like, let me explain to you why this movie sucks, even though it doesn't.
Just watch the movies and then come back.
Well, I did see Finding Nemo.
You would like The Incredibles.
And it's
The Incredibles.
Cute.
All of the movies, though. I'd say Finding Nemo is more than cute.
She will love Pixar by the time we're done.
Yes, we will make her love Pixar. Just you wait.
It's like, yeah, well.
I'll get you, my pretty, your little cat too.
Very nice.
All right, yeah, we'll have to watch out for that one.
Anyway, so hey guys, let's go to our zippity doo dah moment.
Okay.
So, well, I guess we'll start with Jen then.
Okay.
since you were the last.
My super doodah moment is with Dory and her squishy. I will call you Squishy and you will be mine. My Squishy. Ouch, that hurts Squishy whenever she touches it and it shocks me. That's my favorite.
Oh, so many good Dory moments.
I love Dory.
Who wants to go next?
Let's see.
I'll go.
Okay.
Mine was shark bait hoo-ha-ha.
Oh, okay.
That's a good one.
Nice. Shark bait. Hoo-ha-ha.
It's not a bad one. Let's see.
Okay.
Mine's probably the beginning, the opening of the movie. With, his mom and whatnot. It's just kind of dark.
Oh.
I was like, oh?
What?
And then it just doesn't, it never happens again. I was like, oh. Because they set me up like this high-flying action. I was like, yeah? And then it's not. And I'm like, oh. I mean, it was still nice, but that was nice. It's just a really good opening. Like, it really draws you in immediately. You're like, I gotta know what happens now. Like, you're there till the end.
My favorite part, and I have to actually find the actual quote. It's every time Dory forgets Nemo's name during the movies or during the movie. And I forget what he calls them all the times. I'm trying to find them.
Does he call him Fabio one time?
Yes, that's my favorite one.
Yes.
Oh, I'm trying to find it. Where is it? Because they're all so funny. Fabio's one of them. So now it's time for our question of the week. And actually, I have a really good answer to last week's question that I know you'll appreciate, Jen. So last week's question was along my topic, where I asked, what movies have you seen that are really humorous, that offer pieces of wisdom within the humor? And so I'm going to go first with this because I have a really good one. Well, I have a few, but the first one for me is Enlightened. Because it's a comedy.
Jen, you would love that.
I love that answer.
Yeah.
I cannot top that answer.
There you go.
That is perfect.
I'm done.
I can't even top that. I might as well just leave right now.
Wrap it up. Pack it in, guys.
Oh my god.
Hey.
Bye. We'll see you next week. No, we're kidding. Don't turn us off. Don't turn it off.
Yeah.
The music isn't playing.
Yeah, not the end.
We're good.
Yeah, exactly.
They know.
Well, there's another one also, the song by Reliant K. I don't know if you've heard of the band Reliant K.
No.
Yeah.
They've done a lot of music where they like put humor into music, like satire, to make a point. And so they have this song called Maybe It's Maybelline.
Oh.
Where it's like talking about how people put blame on others for the things that they do.
Interesting.
And they're like, maybe it's them, maybe it's or maybe it's Maybelline. And it's just a really awesome song, but it actually has some deeper meaning to it behind the humor.
Well,
that reminds me of that scene of Family Guy where they're like, I can't believe he did this. I can't believe he did that. I can't believe it's not butter.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I love that.
And then the other part where they're like talking about like what they like got more money for something and are like, well, I used the money and I got this and this. I got this and this. And then it just flashes to Charlie Brown with his costume on. He's like, I got a rock.
Yeah.
I knew you were going to say that. I love that. But yeah, those are my answers. What do you guys got?
I know whenever you ask the question, we kind of already discussed this, but I gotta go with Emperor's New Groove because it's so funny, but there's so much in there. There's so much heart in there too, and wisdom, and learning and growth. But it's so funny. That's like the two extremes, I think, the wisdom and the funny together. I love that movie. I'm gonna go with that one.
I would say Shrek.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shrek is awesome.
Shrek's good. Shrek's very good.
Ogres are like onions.
Yeah, exactly.
Layers.
How about parfaits?
So yeah, or like parfait.
We have layers.
Yes. Yeah.
I would say maybe the one I can think of on the top of my head is maybe the movie Kick-Ass 1 can probably think of. Because it's dark, like dark humor, it's a lot of dark humor, but it really is about coming into your own, figuring out what you want to do, that sort of typical thing.
I want to see that movie, but I gotta be honest, when you said that, I thought I honestly thought, I can't believe I thought this. I thought you were talking about the movie Jackass. And I was like, really? That has
so profound.
To offer?
When those guys punch each other right
I was like,
in the... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was like, why isn't anybody else saying anything?
So profound.
Yes, okay. Okay. Now your answer makes more sense.
I'm gonna go watch Jackass and see if I can get some wisdom out of that.
I'm not sure how that will turn out.
But I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, don't do the fart mask.
God,
that is wisdom. That is important to know.
The most disgusting thing you'll
See, this
ever
is taking
see.
a turn for the worse. I don't like this.
Don't do it, kids.
Okay, so let's move on to our question of the week.
Okay, here's my question. This movie focuses on father and son relationships. What is your favorite parental relationship in any of the Disney movies?
Oh, okay.
All right.
Very nice.
Already got that.
So that ends our episode on Finding Nemo.
Hooray!
Good discussion today. I enjoyed it. Of course, Jen was, talking about her dislike for Pixar.
But I do like Finding Nemo. Let's not confuse this with my love. I do love Finding Nemo. I think it's a really cute movie. I think it's engaging. I'm not bored. Dory's hilarious. It has bits and pieces of what I want Pixar to be, but it's not. And it's just not there. Even Finding Nemo, there's bits and pieces where I'm like, it's okay, but I enjoy it thoroughly, but I don't
Jen, what Pixar movie do you just hate?
Monsters Inc. probably.
Okay.
What?
Right.
Really?
Oh my gosh.
And
Okay.
Cars.
Cars,
I
don't like
That's
Cars.
Fine. That's fine.
Brave, I never got into. The Incredibles.
I don't like Brave.
I don't even want to sit
love The
through. I don't even
Incredibles.
want to sit through that.
I love
Incredibles
The Incredibles.
is really good.
No,
And Wall-E.
We'll get to
Wall-E
that.
insults the human race. That's just insulting.
Wall-E,
though, I'd say
I can understand why some
truthful.
people don't like it. I personally haven't sat through the whole thing.
It's a huge
Wall-E, I think, is one of the best.
message, and I'm just like, I don't want to hear that message. Get away from me.
Oh, see, okay, we'll get into it. I totally disagree.
That's a whole episode right there. We're wasting it. We
Yeah,
gotta
I
save
totally
that,
disagree.
'cause woo!
Yeah, we gotta save it. Maybe you should talk about your. Well, never mind.
Jen, I haven't seen Jurassic Park.
Neither has Danielle.
How is that possible?
Oh no, the pain.
Man, you gotta at least
I've
see
seen all
one.
the Pixar
You have
movies,
to see
so
Jurassic
I
Park
know.
1.
You
2 and
do.
3.
I got it on my flash drive. I'm gonna
you
watch
can do
it.
whatever, but 1 you gotta see.
Oh,
I've
definitely.
been watching. I will.
In
someday.
time for
greatest
Jurassic
thing.
World, please.
It's the greatest.
Yes.
We'll see. Anyway, guys, next week we're gonna be talking about The Incredibles.
Yes.
Mm.
Sequel.
So
Much to the dismay of Jen.
Sequel.
well, we're sorry. So you can connect with us on our website www.talkmagictome.com. That's the number 2. On there you can comment and talk about the episode and answer our question of the week and let us know your Zippity Doodah moment for The Incredibles. You can also find our Twitter, Tumblr, and Facebook links there. You can listen to us on iTunes, SoundCloud, Podomatic, and listen to all our old episodes on YouTube. And those links are also on our website. And something very important is rating and reviewing us on iTunes.
Here we go.
Because when you wish upon 5 stars, all of your dreams come true in the form of this podcast.
That is not everyone's dream.
I'm gonna rate 5 stars, so I'm gonna wish that Jen will like me.
Yeah.
Eric, that's such a wonderful wish.
I'll watch it.
Virtual hug.
I'll give it a shot.
Virtual
I
hug.
can't promise I'll get through it, but I'll give it a shot.
It's superheroes.
All right.
We like those, especially now.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, JD, I feel a topic coming on. Yeah, so that ends our episode. So again, next week is The Incredibles, so be sure to tune in. And yeah, farewell, fair listeners. Bye. French, but I forgot what it was, so.
Toi.
Toi.
Yeah.
There we go.
Thank you.
Un, deux, trois.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Muzzy taught me that. Does anyone know what Muzzy is?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Je suis la jeune fille.
Holy crap.
That was from the commercial, I remember. And they're not French, they're American.
I feel old now. Jeez.
Je suis la jeune fille. I am... Yeah, because I took French. That means I am a little girl.
Okay.
Je suis la...
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you just
No,
found that
that's
out.
what they say in the commercial. The girl says that in the commercial. I remember.
If we're going to talk about old commercials, what about Hooked on Phonics? Do you guys
Oh,
remember that?
God.
Yeah,
The Phonics
come
theme
on.
with Alex Trebek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do they not have that anymore?
I don't think so.
The Phonics
I'm
theme
not
is so
sure.
successful.
Huh.
Like, the kids they would get to interview for that would always be, like, really stupid.
You know.
Like, they couldn't, like, they supposedly did the phonics game and could now read, but they would be, like, trying to read the cue cards and they couldn't read them.
Yeah. Like, whoops.
Yeah.
We overshot this a little bit, guys.
Yeah. We over-dramatized the reading skills of these kids.
These kids are really bad at reading.
Yeah.
Crap.
Oh, God. Jen, what are you typing?
I'm
Yeah,
I'm making a list of all the reasons why I hate Pixar.
Oh my gosh, okay, that's okay.
Wow.
Stop
That's
saying
because it
that
was
in
such,
here.
such angry typing.
Like, I hate Pixar.
That's okay. It's passionate typing.
I was like, jeez, what's she typing about?
I think she's
Gotta
just
be-
listing at the end, I'm trolling. I actually love Pixar. Because nobody hates Pixar. It's not a real emotion.
I hate it. I don't even
No.
like these episodes because I don't like Pixar.
It's not even real. I can understand not liking 1 or 2 or Cars 1 and 2 because those are awful.
Yeah, I don't like those movies.
No.
But Pixar in general, there's no
No,
way.
this is probably Finding Nemo is probably my favorite Pixar movie.
Hey,
All right.
hey, we'll get to that, guys. Hold your
All
anger.
right, I'm
Just
holding it,
hold
I'm
it.
holding
Alright, alright.
Yeah,
Hold
because
it.
I
It's
want
too
to talk
much.
about this
It's
too.
too much. I can't.
I'm on your side.
Alright, okay. We're good.
Sorry, what were you saying, Jen?
What?
Before the Pixar thing?
Right.
It's like an insult to
Boo.
the Zelda
Yeah.
franchise.
Nah, it's not that bad. Come on.
Have you?
now.
You said you haven't even played it.
I've seen it. It ain't that bad. I've seen bad Zelda.
And I have given it a legitimate chance. I've tried to play it.
Children,
I've started at the
children.
beginning of that game like 10 different times,
Wow.
and I kept trying to get in it. I beat the game once.
Oh.
Okay,
I just
well,
kept trying to get in it, and I couldn't. We'll talk about that later.
yeah,
Okay, all of that's like off the podcast.
yeah, oh yeah, it is.
Blooper section.
Some of it will be bloopers.
Yeah, you know.
Okay, so for entertainment purposes, I went on the rants and raves sections of Craigslist, and I clicked on this one that said, "I am the real and only Ken," and I'm gonna read you what this says. I am the real Kenneth Gregory. I would appreciate if you other people stop pretending to be me. This is what happened. She would try to convince you in other ways. We met a few years ago. I was in a rehab clinic. She came to visit her family member and engaged me in conversation. As time went on, we got friendly, and I was to be on my way with no job and place to live. She found out that I was being released and invited me for dinner. I said yes and went along. After dinner, she offered a drink. I declined. I told her that's how it all started. When I was going to leave to head to a shelter, she said no, stay the night. I said no, it's not a good idea. I did stay on the couch. The next day she began help me with finding a job, and yes, I have to admit, I thought this would truly be a great friend. How wrong I was. Over the next few weeks, she got me a decent job in my own place. The sex was incredible. Now it began. She showed up. This is all like really badly typed. She showed up unexpectedly, wanted a key to what I thought was my place. Showed up at the job, got in trouble with the boss. Came home from work one day early. As I opened the door, there she was. I asked how she got in. She told the L she was my wife. I asked her to leave so I could think about all of this, but I ate the food that was there. The next morning when I woke up, she was in my bed. I asked her to leave. When she said no, I called the police. I then had a relapse and started drinking again. She tracked me across 3 states and has destroyed anything I have. There's no way that's real.
Oh, co-host?
Oh my god.
I was about to say buttons, but no,
Oh
it's
my
not
God.
buttons. Buttons, that's a cute kitty name.
No cats.
No.
Not allowed.
Okay.
Boo
No
to cats.
No, that's actually on American Idol. I remember one season I watched. This guy was like, "No sex allowed. I don't want to be part of your crowd."
Oh.
That is
was
what
the
I came
song.
back to. What